Okay, people, welcome back to another Fwoosh review. Tonight I'm going to look at the Star Wars Black Series Clone Commander Cody. I know a lot of you know that I don't really care for the prequel trilogy. I like some parts, don't care for other parts. It's just not, as Star Warsy as the original trilogy. At least for me. I know different people. Blah, 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 blah. For me, I could take it or leave it. But one of the better things about the prequels was it gave us troops that were a little more individual, a little more, they weren't all just white, faceless troopers. And I know the armor makes them faceless, but each one had their own personality traits. Each one had their own, flourishes. Each squad had, markings designating that squad. Each squad had a commander that, had the colors of that with, different armor pieces. Now, I know the later stormtroopers from the original trilogy did have, a little bit of markings. Maybe the sand troopers had the pauldrons with the different colors designating, different ranks. But the prequels just took it further. But either way, I mean, cool designs are cool designs, and I like cool designs. Now, this is a Phase 2 trooper, commander. It came, I think it was Revenge of the Sith. I do like the Phase 1 troopers. Phase 2 is my favorite, though. Not above stormtroopers. Well, maybe just, they're right there neck and neck. I love the original trilogy stormtroopers, sand troopers, snow troopers, indoor biker scouts, that kind of thing. But there's just something cool about these, and so I was excited to get a Commander Cody. But let's get this open. I'm sick of talking about it outside the package. This is not exciting. And there you go, out of the package. I like him a lot more than I thought I would, but I have some nits, and I'll get to those here in a minute. All the paint is really nice on this guy. The new sculpted parts are also really nice. It's been a long time since I've seen the movies, poured over the reference guides, seen exactly what is supposed to be on this guy. But from the looks of it, all the little added doodads and antennas and that kind of thing really adds to the figure. I liked the Phase 1 clone trooper. I like this guy even more. The extra paint, the added copper look right here. This is a new backpack, of course. Well, I don't even know if it's a backpack. It's some kind of module on his back. But the copper here, there's a orange right here and a yellow, which is a color all by itself. And then more copper here on the belt piece, and then this piece over here. It just, there's something to look at all over the figure. And, I know it's a basic clone trooper commander, but, man, this makes me want more commanders. Gree, I can't remember the names of the rest of them, but the different colored ones, they're just awesome. Now, articulation is pretty much like the clone trooper we already have, but there's some new pieces here. As you can see, the helmets are different, obviously. That's just a given. The shoulder pads, both of them are different. This one has the antenna on it, or whatever it is, but you can see the shape is different. This one's kind of a smooth transition. This one has an angle cutting down. So both shoulder pads are different. Upper torsos are different. Cody has the backpack attachment. He also has this rank insignia right here on the upper left chest piece right here, and then these two lines right here. And then he has some battle marks, kind of some scratches in his armor. So, definitely different between the two troopers. This bicep piece is different. It has a wraparound band with some kind of attachment on the back. That's new. But from the lower torso down, it's pretty much just the clone trooper reused. And I never had a problem with the clone trooper, Phase 1. This one's just the same. Now, one of my nits does come in the articulation department. Skipping all over everything, I'll go back to that here in a minute. But right here, the elbows are double hinged, but that's about all you can get out of them. Right here, And I think the left gets even less. It doesn't even break 90 for the most part. And that's because of this band around the elbow. It just hinders. I'm not sure. I'm sure it's accurate, but I'm not sure if it was supposed to impede that much. Otherwise, the knees do get a pretty good range, even though they do have the same kind of strap things going around the knee. It just gets more movement there. Articulation, like I said, pretty much the same as the Phase 1 clone. Up, it's a hinge on a ball, and you can kind of shift it around to get him more up. And then down, it shifts forward and back. The head does, so you can get a pretty good range of movement. You get side to side for a little bit of personality. The shoulders, again, hindered by the shoulder pads. You can only get about up to here. I'm afraid to go any further because some of my Black Series Stormtroopers, I tried to go too far and the shoulder pad just popped off. Now you can rotate all the way around on the swivel. He has a bicep swivel, but again right here, it has this added piece. There's the shoulder pad. You can get this, whatever this thing is on the back of his arm, to go over the shoulder pad so you can rotate even further. The elbow, for some reason, the right one likes to go back right there. I don't know if it's because of this new piece here. It doesn't have the stop on it to stop the articulation from going. See how this arm comes down into a more level stop right there for the elbow. So it stops right there, straight. This side, not so much. So you get kind of a kickback there. But the double elbows, we went through that. Hinge and swivel wrist. On the right hand, the hinge is up and down, which I like. And then on the left, the hinge is side to side, which I also like. It makes for a good double gun holding pose. Yes, I just did that for no reason. The torso, it feels kind of stiff. There's almost a pop there. It doesn't want to really rotate. I don't know if it's just this one, which it may be just this one. You can get it to turn, but it's almost like a locking. If you hear the click, and I've never had a click side to side. I've always had a click forward and back, which he doesn't get a lot of range of movement because of the belt pouches. The armor hits on those, and then just barely a little bit side to side. The hips are hinge and swivel. Hinges out to there. Swivels forward pretty good. They're pegged in at 90. You have a thigh swivel, which is hidden behind the armor. Lovely. Double knees. You have a hinge ankle. And then the forward-facing peg for rocker ankle. Now, comparing him to the clone again, the Phase 1 clone, there is, you know how we've been seeing on Hawkeye and Machine Man, the later renditions of the Bucky Cap body, where the hips are a little bit loose. It's the same thing here on Cody. I don't know if that's mold degradation or what's going on there. Which it can't be because my clone has almost the same thing. It's not quite as bad, but there is some shake sonora there. So watch out for that. It makes his posing just slightly a little more, it's not difficult. It's just, you have to keep that in mind whenever you're putting him into a pose. Now, he does come with the standard blaster that Stormtroopers, Clone Troopers, I can't remember if the first Clone Trooper came with this, but, it's a reuse. That's cool. With the new parts we're getting on Cody, I kind of don't mind that at all. And he also comes with the same blaster rifle that the first Clone Trooper came with. It's nice and clean. It's just molded in black. It's pretty stiff. I figured it'd be a softer material like we've been seeing in a lot of accessories, but nope, it's pretty stiff. So when you get him in the two-handed pose, I'll have some pictures at the end of the review. It looks pretty good because he can hold different parts of the weapon. Here he is with a couple of other Episode 3 figures. Anakin, of course, and then Obi-Wan with the Glass Man head upgrade, sized a little bit bigger. I'll put a link to that in the description. It just makes it a completely new figure. Anyway, I'm talking about the Commander. He looks good with the rest of them. The size is good. The shoulders all line up. The head isn't sitting above the rest of the guys. It looks like, part of the squad. Overall, I'm really happy to get this guy. Like I said, Stormtroopers have a special place in my heart. I think they rank highest Phase 1 clone troopers are lowest, even though I still like them. They're good troops. They still have the colors. But Phase 2 clone troopers, a mix of both. They still have kind of that Boba Fett flair while having a lot of the stormtrooper aesthetics to it. I really like them. And then go along with the ranks, the squads, the colors. You can just have a whole shelf full of clones. I'm a sucker for this kind of thing. I'm good with the Black Series figure, but man, the Bandai model kits, I know I tout those all the time, but I would love to see a Clone Trooper kit, Phase 2, with different sticker sheets for different squads, colors. That way you can make your own. You can just buy one kit and make whichever one is your favorite, or buy multiple kits and come up with a bunch of them. Now, they would have to have, two separate kits for just, regular clones and then the commanders, but I would buy the hell out of those. But it looks like Hasbro's given us, a good assortment so far with the Clone Sergeant coming. I would like to see more commanders, though. Have those lined up all on the shelf. The greens, the blues, the yellows, just all of them. That would be badass. So if you like the review, comment, like, subscribe, and I'll catch you on the Fwoosh. This is almost offensive how much of a scale difference this is. I mean, maybe they padded the costume for Boosh, make her taller, make her limbs bigger, make her torso bigger, make her head bigger. The helmets, they're different.